Um,
Golf,
what?
golfer just absolutely.
What did you do?
So it's like
Spilled his drink everywhere.
That's fine. I'm wearing my rain.
He's wearing a
gear, so
rain
it's fine.
jacket. He's wearing a fucking rain jacket doing this. So that's what happens when you're in the PNW. Let's do it. We ready? Adam, you good?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to blow my nose first.
Just do it. In 5, 4, 3.
I don't know if we're ready.
Let us heads. We are back with another episode of Please Let Us Golf, the podcast, last podcast of the year. Who knows? Could be the last one ever. So let's enjoy it. We got Goldie, we got Adam, we got Golfberg. Guys,
Hello.
we're getting through the holiday season here. Everybody's having a great time. The metrics, by the way, we always wait to the end of the pod to kind of be like, oh, comment, like, subscribe. December metrics. I sent you guys some screenshots earlier today. The analytics are popping. The lettuce heads are finally catching on to the tune here. These Christmas episodes are going to be hitters. Now we're into New Year's. How are we doing? I saw Sonic with the kid this week. I heard Adam may have saw Sonic. Adam, tell the lettuce heads about Jim Carrey.
He was fantastic in
How
Sonic
good is
3.
he?
He was awesome, man. Look,
Aaron, you got to see it.
the kids only made it an hour and 15 minutes through Sonic, and then we had to leave. You know, it was time to go. They wanted to go home, play a little football in the yard. So I was like, okay, let's do it. But Jim Carrey was a hitter in that movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's great. He's the best.
What wasn't Neo in that movie though?
Keanu was in it. Yep, he played Shadow, so it was a big win. Great cast. Honestly, good kids movie. But
I'm a Ben Schwartz guy.
We digress. So, okay, how's winter golf going? Anybody getting any rounds in here recently?
I played a round recently.
Yeah, that's in the PN Dub. That's real. That's real winter golf.
Sure. The temperatures are fine, but there's rain all the time, so the ground's a little sloppy. You definitely have to take some winter relief if you're in a lower spot. You got to be like Phil Mickelson, like analyzing everything, the amount of water on the ball, the water on the greens, how's the spinning, what club do I take, right? So, but we're having fun.
Speaking of analyzing anything, we kind of blew by, no pun intended. If we lose Golfberg tonight, they're in the middle of a massive windstorm. He's running on a generator.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to see. He said, with the rest of the family, they're in the darkness. They're in the living room. They got the candles going. He needed all of that generator power to get us through this.
Gotta fire at the pod.
That's commitment.
You can only get power to one room. Come on.
That's how it works. Adam, what about you? You get any emergency rounds in this winter run?
Yeah, man. Last week I got in around with you.
Yeah, who could have thought? Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah. So we teamed up, and we might have to fire up the old handicap pod again because the team that we went against, I'm not sure if I don't want to dox the guy, but we may have to check in on old Conrad's handicap because guys out here flirting with 68, 69 if he can make a 5-footer.
Yeah, we played a 0 and a 5. They fleeced us with 11 birdies and shot 68, 72 on their balls. So it was a tough day. Luckily, the bet wasn't too deep, but it happens. You play against Conrad, and he does those once in 1,000 statistical probability rounds based on his handicap about every 6 rounds. So who could think? His handicap always stays right there, but just always firing a 72 in there. I don't know though. Yeah, that might be my last round for a little bit. I need a little break. The body was telling me the wrists, it's getting a little sore. Let's just take a few weeks, enjoy the downtime. But they're going to give us a sneaky 73-degree day, and we're going to be running out there again. So
yeah, you got to get back out there because you're the new Titleist driver. It was either hit 350 or it was. It was I don't want to say it was a toe shank, but there was some nuclear adjacent.
There was 2 scary toe blocks. We'll call them that. It's winter golf. I had all those layers on. Don't tell anybody it was 70 degrees that day. But what can I say, guys? What are we even talking about today? I kind of blew past that with a subpar intro. There's some golf topics, but we're really rounding out just talking about some of our favorite stuff from 24. I mean, we kind of said what we were going to talk about, maybe some favorite rounds, maybe some poor moments. Before we do, though, there was some pretty cool stuff this past weekend in the world of golf. We had the PNC. Tiger's back. Everybody's excited. But it's also kind of sad because you're like, it's just how it's going to be. You're going to see Tiger once a year, but lo and behold, come Sunday, everybody's glued. We're texting. I'm literally trying to do family stuff, and I get the text from Adam. OMG, Charlie has an ace, and I'm like, shut up. And then I'm like yelling at my wife. I'm like, I knew I was going to miss it. Like I knew I was going to miss Charlie's ace. But we could be cynical on the game of golf, but. Aaron, how do you net out on like the PNC? Is it just because Tiger's playing, or is the event actually like a cool event?
It's just because Tiger's playing. And it's just because Charlie could be, it's like old man Tiger out there, right? And he's just not what we want him to be anymore. And all of a sudden he's got this kid who's just striping it and making putts, and he's clutch. And so I think that's 100% the allure. It's cool to see Bernard Longer out there.
Just cheating.
Is it? I mean, the father-son thing, the Annika with her son, that's super sweet. I mean, you watch the videos, it's awesome, but so great. But I think most people are tuning in because Charlie's exciting. I mean, that's really interesting.
What's the one cynical thing I'll say? It is funny with these like parent-child combos, and they're like crying when they play. And it's like, I get the vibe that this is like the only time these parents play with their kids for the year. It's like, it's the only time we could fit it in is during the PNC. It's like, well, you got to have member guests your play or whatever. The local scramble you can go play with your kid in. But no, it's cool, man. I like it. Adam, you're chomping to get in. Go throw some grenades for us.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you guys probably watched it like all day on Saturday. You guys were probably glued to your television.
I wouldn't say all day. I watched more than
I didn't see a second of it.
Well, so I hadn't watched any of it at all either. And Sunday, I flip it on. No joke. Within 90 seconds is when Charlie aced.
It's awesome.
I was like, sick.
And he pulls a Mike Block. He just it's so nonchalant. Oh, that one. What?
Yeah, he did it. Who me? Dad? Who me? No way.
I still don't know what happened with Tiger. They said he went for a comfort break. I think he was on his way back to the tee box or something because he was there.
Yeah, he was
pretty short right after.
That was fake news. There's a lot. I'm glad you brought that up. There's a lot of fake news in the PNC Championship. You uncovered a story today. And it's just the subtle things that happen. But a couple hours ago, I'm watching it was a Tiger Woods clip, and he's like, Bernard Longer, God, this guy's still just friggin' great. Literally one of the best shots I've ever seen in my life out of the sand today. And I'm just like, whoa. How cool is that? This guy's 60-something, still hitting some of the best shots you've ever seen in your life.
Driver off the
drive. Yeah, it was a driver. Thank you for mentioning that. That was the point. It was a driver out of the fairway bunker. So like, what is even happening? But okay, then Adam, our historian, this guy who keeps everything straight, sends us a picture. Bernard Langer teed that up, man. I think that was a tee covered by sand, sand propped up against the tee. It's just all fake news. It's all bullshit. So just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, lettuce heads.
You know what else sucks about it? Like, okay, they lost in the playoff hole going back to play 18. Well, if you could play any hole on that course, you did not want to play the longers on 18 because Bernard, he's playing a tee up from Charlie. It's like, dude, this guy just won 12.
Isn't Charlie 12? How does
Charlie's 15?
Oh, okay.
But he got to play the senior tee since he's a senior. That'd be like
he's playing from 58.
That'd be one of the pop G's show up and they're playing the same tees as Longer. Yeah,
and he's using the throat putter.
Well, hold on, that's next. But it really sucks because the whole hazard of that hole is there's that fairway bunker right, and the water's left. But he plays so far up, the fairway bunker's not in play. So you can aim super far right and just blast it over and eliminate the water. So Charlie hit one, man. Charlie touched like 178 ball speed there, carried it 292, left 208 8 in or something. Bernard hits a little dinker down there. They got 170 in. And I mean, to a tucked short right flag, hitting 7-8 irons in versus hitting 4 irons, 5 irons, it's not the same game. So anyways, that's my excuses for the Woods. But
Can't believe he made a hole in one, dude. That's
no,
awesome.
it's pretty. That family's got magic. I think there's some good things could happen to them. But it was actually cool. Like, I'm not like, look, Charlie's going to be a good golfer. I don't buy that he's going to be a professional golfer and all that kind of stuff. But it was cool to see him finally be really good at golf. Like, he's like legitimately a good golfer as a 15-year-old. Like, he's a better than scratch player right now. So
I'm surprised it was his first ace. Did that surprise you guys? I mean, you think about probably how many rounds he has played, even though he's what? How old is he?
15.
He's 15. I mean,
Yeah.
still though, like, I don't know.
Yeah, as a 40-something with no aces, I get it. Takes a while,
but dude's probably playing 2 rounds a day, like since he was 5.
Maybe he's just doing a lot of sim golf, getting ready for that TGL life.
Yeah.
When we were recording last episode, it was live during the match with Bryson and Brooks versus Scotty and Rory. And we were kind of, obviously mocking it as it went along because it wasn't a good event. I was talking about there's no entertainment value. Scotty was reading his yardage book the whole time. Ted Scott's out there. Well, it came in.
Brooks and Bryson, just the charisma between those two guys
is terrible.
So
then it came in. I think it got like over the 2 networks, like 625,000. What
golfer just absolutely
what he did?
It's like
narrate it for everyone listening because I was looking down. What he just spilled his drink everywhere.
That's fine. I'm wearing my rain.
He's wearing a rain
so
jacket. He's wearing a fucking rain jacket doing this. So that's what happens when you're in the PNW. All right. So what I was saying that it pulled like 625,000 people, and it just cracks me up because first of all, I thought I heard it, but then I went back and confirmed it. So these guys were paid in cryptocurrency, $10 million to the winners. Congrats. And think about the millions of dollars that went into just pulling off the scale of that. And it's like all that for 625,000 viewers. So it's like, man, your big issue with these quote matches is like you're doing them once a year on a random Tuesday in December. Like, really, it probably needs to be a series of matches. You're doing a couple a month with a much smaller footprint that are post-produced, and you're just putting them on YouTube, and they probably get a couple million views. Like, what's their common goal? Like, what are they trying to get out of it? If they're just trying to get eyes on the product, I don't think putting it on TBS on a Tuesday, and it's that weird week. Like, they put it in the weeks where, oh, there's no football, but it's actually not a holiday week. It's like while people are like wrapping presents and getting shit like ready for the holiday. So it's not even like the family sitting there. Yeah, you don't wrap. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it's more of a rant to just say I knew it was going to be a bust, but I literally these guys running pro golf just can't get out of their own way. They think just Bryson's in it, so people are going to watch it because YouTube's huge. It's just not the same thing, man. I don't know what else to say, but they're screwed because now they're paying these guys so much money.
Simple note: why do they do it at night? I think that's a really lame gimmick. You can't see the golf course. It's totally uninteresting.
It's because the metrics will tell you. It's again, it's this modern obsession with, well, we're going to hit prime time window and it's going to be 1 hour and a half and it's going to be this. It's like, no one's watching a bad product. It doesn't matter when you put it on. Yeah.
And then paying them in crypto, I think cheapens it for sure. It just has this weird vibe to it. And also, like, I don't know that the purse means anything in these kind of matches. I get the skins game concept, but like the script has been so flipped on all this. But they have so much money. They don't need this money. There's nothing you can get. So it's like it has to be for something else. And like the easiest thing to say is to a charity, but you could probably get way more creative.
Yeah, that's what used to make these like skins games interesting because it was like a big pot of money relative to what they're making. But now it's like, and it's just,
but even if you made it for $100 million, like, I guess you'd want, and then it would feel.
They need Mr. Beast, like literally. I'm not even. Mr. Beast should come, like, consult to do a golf game. Like maybe I don't know. Brooks is gonna die if he doesn't make this putt.
Yeah.
But it's something, man. I don't know. Adam, you seem pretty
Every hour,
dejected
one of the
by it.
players is pulled off the
Yeah,
course.
yes.
Right.
No,
You
you.
lose.
I mean, you
You
guys.
lose a club every 5 minutes. That'd
Mhm.
be
You
cool.
guys said exactly what I was going to say. No one cares to see these guys play for a ton of money. Like
That's
you
not why
have
you.
to.
Yeah.
The stakes have to change. I don't know exactly what you do, but you got to get creative. Like let's go to I don't know, get creative with the venue, get creative with the format. And it doesn't need to just be 2 pairs. I don't know. Maybe it needs to be like 4 different groups. Do something different. It's become stale.
I think it'd be interesting if I put zero thought into this, so apologies if this is a bust. I think they should use it as a Trojan horse to get match play back into professional golf. Like use these matches as almost like qualifiers to some larger seeded bracket for later in the season. Just thought of that. If anybody else has said it before, I didn't steal it from them, but I think that would be a pretty cool concept.
No, I agree. I would tie it in some way, shape, or form to be a competition, like a real competitive competition. The MLB, it was probably unpopular back then, but the All-Star game became like super important. Whoever won
Got the home
that
field.
league got home field advantage during the World Series, and I don't know how you do that with golf, but there has to be a different way to make it count other than just throwing a bunch of crypto at these guys.
Make them shave their head after. That'd have been more interesting.
Something. Well, I know by the time that gets released, look, guys, it's about to be a new year. So let's out
Good
with the
transition.
old, in with the new. We're almost at a year anniversary of Please Let Us Golf. I guess official anniversary. We probably had the title about a week ago at this time a year ago, or right around this day a year ago. But we didn't launch officially until the mid-January. But we're close
Those
to
details are super, super important.
But it's important to me. You know
Okay.
why? Because if you're still listening at this point, you like us. So I can spend 30 seconds to say it's been a year journey. The pod didn't launch till a few months ago, but we did a lot of stuff this year, man. We brought in as hobbyists and loyalists to the games. We brought you into immersive, the first people that did a big thing with Cabot Citrus Farms. We brought to Mr. Golfberg braving the conditions out at Chambers Bay. We brought you a hole-in-one, the clank heard around the world. I somehow play with rigs from foreplay at Whistling Straits. We're traveling around doing what we can and still maintaining our careers and lives. We just finished the blowout review of all these top 100 courses from Wisconsin. We got 1 million views during the week of the Masters. We passed over 1,000 followers on all major social media platforms. Now the metrics are popping for the pod. It's just okay to take a moment for a little pat on the back. Lots been done, but how do we narrate that? I think the easiest thing to do is to start with feel good. What was your favorite round of the year? Adam.
Favorite round. So I think it's a tie between the first round at Old Barnwell and our round at Lawsonia. And to break the tiebreaker, I'll say Lawsonia.
Oh,
It's very close between those two, but yeah, our round at Lawsonia was special. It was coming after multiple 36-hole days at Sand Valley, getting destroyed at Erin Hills. We almost didn't play it, and we all just got there, and every single one of us loved that property, loved that course. It was really special to get to play with you guys. I feel like it was a great bookend to the trip, and that is my favorite round of 2024.
Wow, man. I got the tear in my eye. Damn. I'm glad you went first. Aaron, Mr. Golfberg, favorite round.
I'll tone it back a little. I don't want to make you cry on this pod, so I'll tone it back a little bit. This might come I think this is going to come as a surprise to you guys. think this might come as a shock to you guys.
Okay.
You must know where I'm going with this. But my favorite round of the year, I'm taking everything into account, I think was Aaron Hills.
But the guy who branded Aaron Hills as a scam.
No, Aaron Hills is a scam.
Wait, what?
Aaron Hills is a scam. I
Okay.
think it was the whole experience and everything that just kind of went into it. And but not even getting into that portion of it. I just think we were all so locked in. We had no other distractions. We weren't playing another course that day. We weren't jumping on a flight later that day.
Yeah.
It was like the chillest you could possibly be. Like Andrew and I just knew we were going to record a bunch of stuff. Everyone was in a great mood because we hadn't had any fights yet because it was just day one. The course is obviously beautiful and insane, right? In its own way. Like I described it like an AI generated just nightmare golf course for you to just have the greatest or nutsest time of your life. That's kind of how Aaron Hills feels. But it was a crazy experience. It was a long time. The 18th hole was just, you know,
a very long time.
yeah, just I have so many memories from that place. So that's what I would chalk. My favorite golf experience of the year was Aaron Hills with you guys.
Wow. You know, there's a common thread here, guys. Adam, it was the bookend of a trip, but it was a single round of the day. No one's rushed, right? It was Lasona. Aaron, it was the front end of a trip, but it was a single round of the day.
Yeah.
Mine was also a single round of the day. I wish, you know, I was going to take one of those two, you guys said, but since you did, I'll pivot to something different. I've talked about it a couple times on the pod, so I don't want to really overdo it, but my round at Whistling Straits was my favorite round of the year. And it was really beyond the whole, I don't need to focus on the rigs piece of it, but it was really more just the chaos behind it that led to this cool moment. Like for what I haven't talked about in detail, how it happened, right? He puts this thing on Twitter. He goes, "Hey, I got an opening at Whistling Straits, fully comp for the day. Come have a day. Who wants it?" Send something funny on Twitter or something. I'm giving my kids a bath just scrolling. All of a sudden, I see it. My kids are going batshit. And I was like, well, this will be funny. I'm just going to take a quick little video of the 2-year-old and 5-year-old going crazy and then kind of pan to me and be like, let me get around. And I put it on. And of course, immediately in typical Goldberg fashion, they just put on the charm. Hey, Mr. Riggs. Da, da, da. And they got the golden locks flowing. And then I just pan. I'm like, oh, okay, I could use that round still, but great kids. He DMs me that night. Says like, this is Sunday night. And we just got done with the golf trip. Aaron, you just left that day from visiting Georgia. And I wake my wife up at 11 o'clock and I was like, hey, she's like, what? I was like, I gotta fly to Wisconsin tomorrow. And I'm not going to get into my personal life. She's like, is there an emergency at work? And I was like, well, in a way. So anyways, next day,
work.
I'm hopping on a plane to Milwaukee and driving an hour up and spending the day with Riggs and a couple of his buddies, all-time good dudes. Everyone's super, super nice, and they were awesome golfers, and the course was excellent. And it was also like everything was happening so fast, and it was a terrible weather forecast. And all the rain cleared out about an hour before we played. It didn't rain a drop. The course wasn't saturated. It was immaculate condition. Just a kind of awesome day, but also so unexpected. It was all the drama around it. And for it to all go off without a hitch, no plane issues, no car rental issues, and everybody was nice as shit and partied all night. So yeah, it was great. So that was my favorite round of the year.
Wow, great story.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. So with your favorite round, we could pivot right to best, but what was your least favorite round of the year? Everyone was a little negative. You could call it worst round, least favorite. Adam, you want to start that one, or Aaron, you want to take it?
No, we're going to Adam.
Okay, Adam, going to Adam.
Worst round of 2024. I'm going to go. So score-wise, it wasn't my worst round, but Mammoth Dunes.
Whoa.
And I say Mammoth. I know. I say Mammoth because I feel like I played my worst golf on Mammoth, and like that's a course that I should have really did well on. Like going into it wide open. Look, everybody knows the driver fails me at times, and it being super wide open, I felt like I could shoot a number there, right? And
Because you were playing good that trip too.
yeah, was playing well going in, and it was by far my worst driving performance, I think, of 2024. It was awful. It was bad. And I went through a stretch there kind of in the middle of the round where I was in a bad place, a very bad place where, you know,
So do you think that really materially changed your opinion of Mammoth Dunes just because of how bad your driver was?
it probably played into it. I mean, it's hard to separate how you played with like your enjoyment of a course or how good you think a course is.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you love a course, and I mean, it's probably because you did really well on it, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah, but
I don't know.
the expectations thing's important there. The whole idea that the course is wide open, you can just spray it off the tee and still score. That's never really true.
Right.
Yeah, you might not be out of bounds, but if you're going way right, way left, or cutting it way too much, and now you have way too much in, and now you're hitting over sand traps and all kinds of stuff. So it was a legit golf course. So I
Yeah.
don't know if it's like I just should have shot better, played better. That was a legitimate test of golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just, yes, like you said, spray it and expect to make a score, but also considering how big the greens are and that it's a lot of
You definitely
lot
hit
of
a couple
funnel.
drives that were like it might not have been charted in the golf logics on that hole, is that those types of drives. The Sandspur Central up there on I think it was 11 on the back nine. You came down and your cart's flipping down the hill and you're slapping at your legs. I'm like, man, what's going on? You got sand spurs all up your calf, just bleeding. I love it. Just love to see it. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's another, those Spurs, absolutely.
I was with you. That
worst.
shouldn't be anywhere near your worst round of the year. You were doing just fine.
Yeah, but that's deep though. So Aaron, what
Yeah.
about you? Your worst round of the year? It's a weird word, but read your phrasing. What was your least favorite round of the year?
It was the way I was thinking of it earlier was more in the context of best, because best led to worst, and that's what happens in golf. So can I just do both real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So
Because I
best
probably have
worst.
the exact same issue, but yeah, go.
Yeah. So my best rounds, it was 2 rounds in a row, and it was with you, Andrew, at Landings, where we had played a few rounds. I was starting to get warm again, and we go out to a really, really difficult golf course, but the greens are so friggin' pure there. It's Bermuda, right? And you are an expert green reader and taught me all the tricks of how to do it. And basically, I was just leaning on you all day. Now, pace, you have to know how to hit a putt, right? And I feel like I'm very good at that. You tell me where to hit it. I drained everything, and I cleaned up and I played on another course, Thousand Oaks in Michigan, with my Michigan friends just a couple of days later. Played the same kind of golf, just hitting phenomenal shots and cleaning up everything. Missing nothing from within 10 feet, making a few long putts too. And just the whole game locked in. I'm hitting these cuts off the tee. Just so I felt really great playing a great round with you and seeing my Michigan buddies after a few years and just beating the crap out of them up there, respectfully.
Yeah.
Phenomenal golf. Now I'm going home. I have the club championship at the Mount Si, this public golf course that I'm a member at. And it's a rinky-dink course and the rating's low and it's not a big deal. And the year before, I kind of, having not practiced at all, kind of contended a little bit. So I have huge expectations. I'm like, what's my range of thinking? 68 to 72? Like, I don't even know. So I shoot 83 and then followed it up with another 83 maybe, or an 82 or something like that.
Damn.
And I started lowering my wrists. I thought I had to I'm changing my swing. The greens there are so bumpy and I'm hitting what I think are good putts and they're just bumping all over the place and you have to slam them there. And I'm like, God, I had just gotten used to playing on these pure greens and I'm making everything. So it's a real mind, F, I'm trying to think of a better word. It's just, so that was my worst. It was best, worst, back to back. And that's golf.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that is golf. That's a pretty good segue into You know, I had a similar best worst comp. I Mine was the club championship to the best, right? We just got off of a Wisconsin trip. I was not playing in the club championship. It was a week and a half after we got home. I wasn't going to be able to get another pass to go play Saturday, Sunday golf. Long story short, there was a hurricane in Florida. My wife's trip got rescheduled, and then she ended up being gone that Saturday, Sunday, and my in-laws were in town. They took the kid for a day. I got a sitter for a day, and magically, no notice, 2 hours for a club championship, I get put in the final grouping. Um, Nuclear day, one of the hardest wind days I've ever played in Georgia. It's just, when I say gust, it's like 25, stop. 25, not like a little 10-mile-per-hour breeze and a gust. It was go, stop, change directions. I golf my freaking ass off. I shoot a 70. It was a +2 PCC that day. The rating's 73.3. I hadn't been playing particularly great. I got my chest like, I'm going in to turn my scorecard in. I'm like, nobody in the score shot 76 today or better. I knew it. But of course, the kid who's just played in the USAM and destroying everything in Georgia golf, he shot a 68. So I'm second place. But so proud of that round. Extremely. And I was 3 over through 4. And grinded my ass off to a 70. Got home, had a little glass of wine by myself that night. I'm bragging to my 5-year-old about, hey, dad's got it. We're gonna go for the jugular, baby. And we wake up Sunday, TrackMan conditions, 78 degrees when we tee off, highs 85, 3-mile-per-hour wind, course is in immaculate shape. I'm like 8 over through 6 holes. End up shooting at 82. It just golf. It just reminds you, if you're not doing it, if you're not in it, especially on the tournament front, often, it can just spiral out of control so quickly.
You're trying to generalize it, but you could just be a special head case.
Yeah, no,
you might be.
I think I am. I definitely don't handle, because it was weird. It wasn't nerves. Like I wasn't like nervy, heart beating like crazy. It was more of just like immediate depression after 3 of my first 4 drives. Where like my first hole like hit the fairway, I remember, but it was so bad. It just was one of those ones where twist face saved it, I guess. But then it was like pull hook on 2, and I never pulled the ball there in like 8 years. And it's a block OB right on 4. And then you're just, oh man, this sucks. Because also, you're playing, you're already chasing, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to shoot 15 under the next 13 holes. So
then you're in send it mode, baby.
Oh yeah. And then I actually had a good little run, and then I had another 2 WTFers to close it out.
Freed you up for a few holes.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I don't know. But that's golf. I was gonna kind of pivot. I didn't say to tee this up, but maybe my not worst round or least favorite, but I guess my most disappointed relative to expectation was probably the Carew at Cabot Citrus Farms. I don't think it's a bad course. I think a lot of people would find it interesting and fun because it's so wild. But man, like, it looked like everything I was gonna like in golf, like some wild undulation, firm and fast, but it kind of sucked, man. Like, I have no desire to play that golf course again unless I just happen to be comped there. So I don't know if you guys have any.
They're doing really well on the IG game. The Carew, but you get out there and it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Andrew's brain is not. Yeah, it's like he really can hit a ton of different shots with wedges, and I think you start seeing so many angles and banks, and like you like try to hit the most difficult shot in almost every case. That's the thing. Like, and you play a guy like Jewel, who just hits it high into the basically middle of the green, sort of at the pin every time, bam, and just doesn't overthink it. And you try to create. So like sometimes on a course like that, where if you're not hitting these tiny little spots,
yeah,
you could probably make it a little easier on yourself.
Yeah, playing the Carew high, hitting it high and hitting it straight probably would help. But I think it was more of just like, it wasn't like, it's this big ballpark. It's not like super hard, but it's difficult. it's not fun. So that's another thing. Like, what exactly is your clientele? Like, who are you trying to attract? Who's this course for? And because it's not a championship.
Photographers.
Yeah, I get that's a damn good point. That's kind of what it was like Adam was talking about. A lot of MySpace angles going on there.
Mm.
Adam, what you think? Any disappointing rounds you had from the course perspective? Did I steal it? Was the Karoo the number one?
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to add. Yeah, I mean, Karoo would probably be the most. I mean,
But on the flip side, talk about exceeding expectations. There are two short courses there, the wedge and the squeeze, which we played before the Karoo. We were like, these are awesome. Like, this is so much fun. We can't wait to get to the full championship course, the big version of all this. And it was like an inverse. It was like those on steroids. Like, we thought the wedge and the squeeze were kind of wild. And then it was like, oh, it's like this for 18 holes plus 550-yard par fours and stuff like that. It's not as appetizing.
yeah, everything just turned up to 1,000,000 on the Karoo, and it's just there's waste area everywhere,
Yeah.
and the greens are insanity, and it's too much. Too
And
much.
they're
for me.
blasting fucking country music.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
that's
like that. We like that,
No,
Mr.
that's
Golfberg.
obnoxious. That's pushy. Pushy and obnoxious.
Oh man, guys! Any other 24 memories you want to just
Wait,
go
I
down
wanted to
memory
hear
lane?
Adam's best round though. You just blew
Oh
past
fuck!
it.
Sorry, Adam.
It's all
Adam, but
good.
Everyone's
do
been
it
like,
quickly because Goldie
I was-
sort of checked out. Do it quickly.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to tee me up. Yeah, I'll do it quick. So, Goldie and I, we play in a Wednesday men's group, and he plays much more often than I do. And I've come very close to winning it. And I finally won it this year, shot a 77. Got the monkey off my back.
what was the net in that? You were probably like net 5 on, or what? Probably I don't even know what that.
Yeah,
Would be.
I think it was like 67, something
Mm.
like 68. And it was kind of disappointing because I mean, I should have shot. I know it's always woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I really should have shot like 73. I think I played the last 3 holes like 4 over.
Yeah,
So I mean, I had it moving that day.
yeah, man, gotta love that. I got to witness it. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got to, isn't winning the best. I know we say we don't care, but God, winning. Even that stupid putting tournament I won 2 months ago. I was smiling still. Like, who doesn't like taking a W, man? Especially in golf, because golf's so hard to win. Like, even that, a big net game, it's like impossible to beat people. That's why I know we're hard on pros sometimes, like they suck. But it is insane to win a golf tournament. It's like it's the only sport where the only thing that matters is beating 140 other people. It's really difficult.
It's gonna be fascinating to see what Scotty does in 25, considering how like unbelievable his 24 season was.
Yeah.
Like talking about how hard it is to win, and he won. How
Well,
many
he's got
times
the
did he win
claw.
again?
He's got the claw now, dude.
Yeah,
Do you have
See-
any reason to believe he won't dominate again? There's no one else out there. Who's coming
Yeah.
for him?
Spieth.
Live. Yeah, Spieth's back. Hey, that magic
No.
wrist surgery.
He's back, baby.
I need somebody to. We got to have
Yeah,
someone. But I don't think
Jake Knapp.
Yeah, but seriously, guys, I'm not trying to be a Scotty hater. He's the best by far, but there is just a big asterisk on all this the last couple years because you can't just remove like there's only 20 guys, 25 guys that could compete with Scotty on a week-to-week basis. They can't do it every week, but those are the guys that can legitimately their A game can beat his B game. You can't take 10 of them out of the calculus and act like that just doesn't matter. He's winning every limited field of events against the same guys. So now it's just bully ball. I just would like to think if Rom and Brooks and Cam and even like the other guys the next year, like the Joaquins and all them all out of the events and being replaced with, the mules that are at the back half of these fields, it has to matter to some degree. That's just my only haterade on it.
That's what I said when he was the most overrated pod, man. You just said it.
Yeah, that's probably yeah, but I didn't say he's the most overrated. But I just say there's some asterisk going on there. So speaking of what's going on with 25 with Scotty, what's going on with 25 with us guys? I mean, I don't want to copy everyone does like
Professional
formal
segue.
goals. I'm not going to say like I'm going to speed train 3 days a week. I mean, I could lose 15 pounds, but that's another thing. But I mean, I got others that I can bounce off you guys if I need to do filler. But I got one goal in mind for 2025 relative to golf.
Hell yeah.
Anyone want to take a guess?
Give it to us.
Get jacked.
No, I got one goal. That's to become the king again of Please Let Us Golf. I'm a big enough man to say it's been 18 straight months of Jewel consistently beating me at golf, like
That
80,
that's
80,
big of you. That's I
80
mean that's the first step to
Jewel beating all of us.
all of us 80% of the time. But the flashes were there. 24 was the year of the work, the year of the rebuild, and I had some bad elements of it, but I think I rounded off the year where I want to be. 25, it's going to get back to some of the basics, but I got one goal. He ain't on the pod to defend himself. He doesn't even realize he's got the biggest target. He might as well be a healthcare CEO. God, that was
Jesus.
cheap shot. Sorry. We don't support violence, but I want it. But he really has gotten like, look, been playing with him a long time. He's gotten really good the last couple of years. It's hard to beat him because of just like you said, Aaron, that consistent. It's just nothing flashy. It's just I'm going to hit it 300 yards straight. I'm going to hit a 4-iron higher than you hit a pitching wedge.
He's Scotty Scheffler.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know about that. Look, you got me like nervous. I'm tucking my knees in on the chair here, just thinking about it. He's already ducking me on our first trip of the year, coming up with excuses. I think because I will say, I mean, if we went to the tape in Wisconsin, I think it was might have been a push, but it's still he played the really hard golf well. So yeah, but that's my one personal goal. Anybody got a golf goal out there they want to stick their neck out on?
Conquer the driver.
Yeah, that'd be huge for you, man.
It's the one
everything.
thing that's really, really holding me back right now. I've gotten so much better in my short game as far as like chipping. I've worked really, really hard on that, and it's really showed. But like taking these OB balls and these doubles with the driver is just killing my rounds. And so I've got to conquer the driver, and that starts with getting fit for a new one.
All right. Well, we're gonna hold you accountable every week. Aaron, that's your job. 10 seconds into Adam talking, you have to cut him off and say, "Have you been fit yet?" And if he says no, we're gonna mute him.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna work. Aaron, what's your big goal for golf? It doesn't have to be your big goal, but what's the golf goal? What's the
I don't know.
Both you got nothing but time. It's
New
New Year's
like,
Eve.
But I kind of mean that. I'm not that stressed about my golf game heading into this year, which is really good. I feel like I'm in a good place competitively. Even like when I play you, I feel like I could beat you on any random day, and you're an excellent golfer. Jewel, I don't think about much. I know he's in your head.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
now he's in my crosshairs.
I don't even know if that's the point anyway. What I want to do though is I want to focus, if anything, on scoring and simplification. Yeah. So like I've gotten to a point where I don't have full wedges anymore. I just have this chip kind of wedge I can hit, and I want to apply that to a lot of different shots. I think shorter swings, less effort, that's part of the simplification process. I just got a driver, guys, that's eliminated the need for a 3-wood. I now have only 13 clubs in my bag. I'm going
love that. Love it.
Right? I think I was carrying 16 for a while, just confused. Yeah. Just didn't know what I was doing. Now I have room for like a extra anything.
Umbrella.
Sure. Even though I don't need it. So yeah, just
sticks, alignment sticks.
I'm not going to be much of a wanderer this year. I got a home course. I'm going to be settling in a lot more short game practice, and I've already seen the fruits of that labor. Like my
Yeah.
short game is solid, even though not playing a bunch, because I'm just getting out there and chipping around, right? So maybe that's what I'm focused on.
No,
The, the,
that makes
the
sense.
short game is like if you practice it and you really work on it, that's the one thing that you can make some big strides on.
Yeah, quick. It has a high ROI. Like I know the data nerds tell you it's driver, but we're talking about normal recreational golfers. You can shed a lot of shots quickly by focusing on short game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily change your ceiling, but it makes your floor.
Well, we're
a
not living
lot
in the
higher.
analytics. It's
Right.
a lot more fun getting up and down, hitting cool chips, making putts. Like, hell
Mhm.
yeah. Focus on that.
You did say one thing though that I want to kind of harken back on is that I'm not stressed about my game going into next year. I've spent the last 3 years like there was the injury year, then I was coming back from injury, and this was a full year removed, but like very stressed about the state of my game. And this is the first year I'm leaving where I'm totally like I don't have anything glaring to work on except I would say the elimination of a couple of penalty strokes. According to Ginn, my work
Who's
probably not
Ginn?
work. Again, he maintains my handicap. He's a nice little fella.
He's not Jin?
Yeah. It's you could say Gin. You call it Gin or Gin, Adam?
Again,
Oh, vetoed. Um,
Gin.
but my guy Gin, lowest scoring average on par 3 in the history of my handicap. And I really wanted to address iron play this year, so I think that the work is there, the data supports it, but too many squirrely, stupid penalty strokes that are still. I got to get more focus off the tee, like really get dialed on there. I don't. It's nothing mechanical I need to work on. It's just when I'm in the course of these rounds, just got to get a little more focused on. Even though they're practice rounds for fun, but that's 99% of the golf I'm playing. So it's not fun hitting an OB ball on the 4th hole. So
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit, bro. You're the
Yeah.
most tin cup guy I know. You live for the thrill of the shot. You live in the moment. It's piranhas. It's all kinds of bullshit.
I love the element.
You're an erratic, insane golfer with an incredibly high ceiling. And I don't think you just can't do boring. You can't do consistent. So you'll probably destroy Jewel a couple times, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
No,
We'll see what happens.
That's a good point. I do like.
I like it. I like that about you.
Yeah. A lot of shapes on the card.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I just want to say one more thing about
Mhm.
the short game. I didn't mean to turn this to a short game pod, but one thing that really helped me out, I gotta give Golfberg big props on this.
Hey.
He said something, and it kind of changed the way mentally, like I go into short game shots.
Yeah.
If I missed a green, I would just, it's like, oh, there's a bogey. But Mr. Golfberg said, when I miss a green, I look at it as like an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make a chip in for birdie or get up and down for a par. And going into it with that mindset, like it gave me a lot of confidence.
Wow.
And yeah.
Now I'm tearing up, Goldie.
That was my goal, get both of you guys tearing up.
Adam
Adam's ridiculous.
Hell yeah. I'll cry.
But man, it's the mindset. It's so important. You can't be right. You can't be defeated in that moment. That's cool as hell to hear.
No, that's you can't. I guess if I hit it real quick, some other things. I want to try to play 10 new golf courses this year. Seems like I did that last year. Seems to be a cool mark. If I do that till I die, I'd end up playing a lot of golf courses. For Please Let Us Golf, we have the goal. We want to release a podcast every Tuesday. And without, it doesn't matter if one of us are dying, Tuesday gets released. So that's like a business goal. I want to get 6 million subscribers by June, but that's stretch goals. What are you gonna do? But other than that, I think I'm pretty good on 2024. My comments are closed.
How many rounds you playing in 25?
Well, 24 was my lowest ever. I had to show the data to the spouse.
Crazy.
She said, she didn't believe it. She said, you don't put in. I said, I put in all mine, even though Adam thinks I shouldn't because I'm scooping some 5-footers from time to time. The only 2 rounds that are not in there would be, well, I guess the par 3 rounds we play on vacation, but those are in conjunction with other rounds of golf we're playing. It's not an extra golf day. And then the 2-man scramble that I played with Jewel. But outside of that, it was my lowest amount ever recorded, but I hope, but it was enough. I didn't need to play more than that. But yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm excited. 24 was good. Can't wait for 25. Aaron, how we feeling? Anything to say to 24 as we're rolling into 25?
No, I don't do that to me.
Okay.
Keep going with your outros. I don't have any major points of it. Oh shit.
I'm gonna have an ace in 25.
Please go out.
No,
No,
yeah, I
we're
can
good.
still
Sorry.
hear you. The wind, we're running
We're
out of
good.
power there.
Yeah,
Adam,
are we? Shit.
Adam, make everybody cry one last time.
I'm gonna have an ace in 25. I'm gonna have a round with no doubles. That's a big one. I'm gonna play 24 rounds, which sounds like what? That's 2 times a month, okay? 2 times a month. Right now, I think I'm like 1 time.
Yeah,
Maybe less. Maybe less than. It's sad. Got to pump that up. Got to break 76. What else? What else we got to do?
Breaking 76, no doubles, playing just short of twice a month.
See, you stress me out with all these questions about goals and all the scoring, and it's like you know, I feel like we're in a really good place here. Just like let's just enjoy it. Let's hit some shots and let life take its course. Like all that stuff's gonna come.
I'm
just such a bad planner.
Yeah, we know. We know that this is the real struggle.
God, I hate goal setting. I feel like I'm talking to my wife all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, she's very
really. You guys, she is, but you guys really triggered me.
All right, guys, 2024. What a ride! Everybody,
the year of the big letter hats.
They were bumping
the big letter hats running.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about that with the PNC when I got that screen grab from the TV of these because it's played at the Ritz-Carlton there, and the dad and his son with the big letter hats says Ritz. I'm like, I mean, to each your own on the big letter hats thing, but bro, we're getting a Ritz-Carlton hat down in the random Ritz in Orlando.
What's worse, that one or just Dream?
Honestly, the Dream at least is funny. The Ritz isn't even funny, dude.
Maybe they work at the Ritz.
Even worse. Like they weren't working that day.
We need some big 2024 hats.
2024. We're gonna get one that say lettuce. What would your lettuce letters be though?
LTC. I don't know.
LETUS.
Let us.
No.
That's very literal. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Probably all 7 letters.
You can't. That's cheating. That's not how those big. Well, they do have Dream as the big one.
Yep.
Maybe it just says
well,
please.
The way they started off,
that would be a sick hat. Just says please, man.
The hats were, digestible when they started off. Where you had like Bandon.
Yeah.
You had Pebble. Look, you got a hat that says what Ranch.
For everyone watching, I'm flashing my
sheep.
Yeah, I got a big letter hat that says Ranch, but it does have a little script sheet.
Guys, I got a better big letter hat. Hold on.
I like your 13 though. But look, post like 2021 or 2022, these hats have gotten out of control.
Caddy, yeah, that's a good one. Aaron,
that's actually a good one. No,
Aaron's
that's a big number hat.
Yeah, it just says 13. I don't know.
It really was the year of the big letter hats.
But coming next year in 25, you will be able to purchase official
small letter hats. Let's do small letter hats now.
Yeah, like super small.
Yeah.
Yeah, magnifying glass. QR code hats.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Adam, you look actually intrigued by that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool
if
our lettuce. If you could make this lettuce logo into a QR code, or maybe the flag's a QR code.
Well, you look up the QR code and it says LETUC.
It's yeah, you could scan it and then you could
You just look up the
order your
QR.
own
It's
big
the big
letter.
letters. And then if you think of a better way to do the big letters, you could just change
your
the
own.
URL. They wouldn't know. That's great.
Oh god. New
Wait a
Year's.
minute.
Here's
Oh,
my
you would-
least favorite.
If I
night,
see
by the
this
way.
on social media, like golf social media soon,
Then I'm gonna lose my mind.
How are we not doing QR code hats? This is brilliant.
Yeah, we'll put that in your docket.
25 goals.
All right, guys.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make you guys cry now. There's not a group of people that could convince their wives that they have to spend time doing this that I would rather spend time doing this with than you guys. So no, this is awesome. We're finishing 24 strong. We're gonna roll right into 25. We got a crazy agenda we're trying to pull off here. Gonna be fun. And as always, stay plugged
Comment, like, subscribe.
and do it on all platforms.
And cut.